And it worked. We're live.
Yeah, woo!
We are live. I'm Terry. That's Nick. And this is going to be our new show, Mondays and Wednesdays, looking over the NHL slate for Tuesday, Thursdays. Usually they are huge slates, anywhere from 10 to 14 games. So we'll probably give some picks, and then we'll also kind of look at the lines and kind of think of where they're going to move. Maybe give you suggestions on bets you should take now if you like one side, maybe wait on other sides. But we'll just jump in right at the first game. I'll let Nick talk and I'll show the comments here. Florida, Pittsburgh. Nick, you said you're booked and have lines. This is the first time you're seeing this game.
There's some games that I don't have lines for on my book, which this is one of those that there is no lines on my book.
All right. Well, what do you think about the line so far? You can get Florida plus 114 to plus 125, Pittsburgh minus 132 to minus 150. Obviously, Florida plays tonight, so the results from that game could definitely affect the lines. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, I have Knight and Yari projected for this game, and I had this game looking at it 3.67 to 3.43. So I had this game projected around Pittsburgh minus 130-ish. So this line looks about right to me at the moment. This 6.5 is probably where I'm most intrigued here. Both these teams offensively have looked really good as of late. 3.86 expected goals for the last 9 games for the Panthers. I'm only using 9 because I need their stats for tonight's game. And the Penguins 3.71 expected goals for on average their last 10 games. I had this game projected for 7.1 goals. So looking at this number now, the over 6.5 is probably where I'm going to go in this game. And I have a feeling this line's going to only go up, not down for the total. So this would probably be one where if you have access to it, I would look towards the over 6.5 in this spot.
All right. Yeah, I don't really have a good thought here process with this game, especially when it comes to the lines, because I really think how tonight's game will go could really affect the lines in this one.
Mm-hmm.
But we will move on to the second game, the one I'll be watching. That's for sure. Minnesota and Tampa Bay. You can get Minnesota plus 132 to plus 140. Apparently, you can't get them at all at DraftKings, but you can get Tampa Bay DraftKings minus 155 to minus 160 and 6s and 6.5. So depending on which way you like the total, you can get over 6.5 for plus 100, under 6 for plus 100, depending on what books you have access to. So definitely interesting here with the total. Sidewise, I think Minnesota probably ends up closing around plus 125 to plus 130 maybe. So if you can get that plus 140, I think that's a good price. I think the line will move a little bit more in Minnesota's favor. But Nick, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, with this game, I have Tampa Bay projected around a minus 140 home favor in this game, minus 140, minus 145. So I think the side's about correct. And this total, I don't really see too much value in it either side. I have this one projected around 6.2, so you can grab an over 6 in some spots. You can grab the under 6.5 in some spots. So this game at the moment is probably just looking like a pass for me. I wouldn't be surprised to see Tampa take some money. This is Tampa off of a bad loss against Calgary. But this is also Tampa off of a long West Coast road trip with their first game home. So this is a tough spot for me to look at this game. This is probably a no play for me.
History-wise, Minnesota's played Tampa very well. More in Minnesota, but in Tampa, they've won 2 of the last 3 games in Tampa. I'm looking at the over. If it moves towards the 6 tomorrow, most likely I'll be taking the over in this one. Let's see here. What was the comment I wanted to bring up? Tim Earl sucks. Well, hey, everyone's allowed their opinion. Can both teams lose this game?
He's talking about Pittsburgh there.
The Pittsburgh game. Sadly, no, Tim. Sadly, no. Or else I'd be hoping Winnipeg and Dallas both lose when they face each other. Wild money line, Tim says. Isaac says wild win, and then he says, fuck. And then he says, Tim, shush. Ice, when you're looking at it, Minnesota's facing an Eastern team, so you should know. You should know what side Tim's going to be on. It's a pretty easy.
Because to Tim, every Eastern team is going to lay down and die for the Buffalo Sabres.
That's what he'd like. And we'll be getting to the Buffalo Sabres very shortly.
Yeah.
Next one, Sharks in Detroit. Plus 122 to plus 135 for the Sharks. Detroit minus 149 to minus 163. 6.5s. Minus 110 each way. Nick, what do you think about this one in the lines here?
First thoughts on this game is, number one, I need to know if it's Reimer or Kakinen in net for San Jose, because there is a little bit of a difference between those two goaltenders. Kakinen has been a decent bit worse, so I need to know whether it's Reimer or Kakinen. If it's Kakinen, then probably look towards the over in this game. If it's Reimer, I'm kind of looking at the Sharks at this nice little plus price tag. Generally, when you play the Sharks, you want to look on them on the road rather than at home. And the Wings are not a team that I particularly trust at the moment. So for me, this is a slight lean towards San Jose. If I had to play this now, I kind of need to see goalie confirmations, because Reimer has been bad, but Kakinen has been a decent amount worse too. So there is a pretty significant difference between those two goaltenders, at least on my spreadsheet. So I want to see who the goaltender is for this one. If it's Reimer, I'm kind of interested in a little bit of Shark action here.
All right. When it comes to me in this game, I am looking at a pick on the site for this one, but nothing is for sure yet. But I am looking at a good pick in this one. So we'll see what I get to here. Sharks eat up the Wings. All right. Sharks do. I totally messed it up, but it's okay. Detroit,
like Baby Shark.
Yeah, I know. Detroit is an Eastern team, so no surprise there. And Ice X is pissed off. Well, hey, you know what's going to happen, Ice X. You know. But moving on to the next one here. This one, the biggest favorite on the board, Boston minus 312 to minus 350. Montreal plus 260 to plus 275. Sixes right across the board. When you're looking at previous history, Boston has won 8 of their last 9 games in Montreal. They've won their last 7 games in a row against Montreal. Boston, obviously, this year, the best Boston team we've seen in years. I can see why Boston is such a big favorite in this one. Do they do they become a bigger favorite overnight? That's what I'm wondering. Will people still pour money in here on the Bruins? I guess we'll see. Boston minus 1.5, minus 125 at MGM. That is like the the limit. Anything past minus 125, like once it gets to minus 130, I'm not playing it. I would consider Bruins minus 1.5 at minus 125, just their domination over Montreal. But hey, we'll have to see with this one. Nick, what do you think? Bruins and Canadiens.
Honestly, the hell with the side. If I had to bet anything on the side here, it's the dog or nothing for me, just based on the price. Because I don't lay $1.25 on puck lines. I don't bet puck lines to begin with right now. And this line's just way too wide. So it'd be Montreal or nothing for me for the side. I've already locked in a bet on this game. I like the under 6. I got the under 6 at $1.05. I have this game projected for 4.76 goals. Both these goalies have been really good. All of a sudden, Samuel Montembeault has been playing really well for Montreal. And then we're probably getting the Vezina Trophy winner with Linus Ullmark putting up video game numbers at 25-2-1 this year, or 25-2-2. Like, he's been insane, Linus Ullmark. 25-2-1. I would have hated 1.82 goals allowed average, a 938 save percentage, 3 shutouts. I would have hated to give him away for basically nothing. That must have really sucked not to be able to have a goalie like him. But I like the under 6 in this game. I've already played it. Under 6, minus 105.
To your comment, Tim is probably getting pissed off as we speak. But to that comment, I can pretty much guarantee you, if Ullmark was on the Sabres, he would not have the numbers that he has.
True.
It is definitely partly Boston, but
I know.
he's
I just wanted
definitely
to
having
poke
a
fun.
great year. You can't take that away from him.
No.
I effed up betting the Sharks money line rather than Bruins minus 3.5. And IceX, I am looking at this as well. Boston minus 2.5. Not plus money. I am considering it for sure. Tim says F you, Nick. So Detroit Lenny, something. Detroit Lenny, real teams are talking now. Oh, so he's talking about his Boston over your Red Wings. And Crystal already got Bruins minus 1.5 at minus 120. Yeah, so you already beat some of the line movement. So that would kind of show that this is probably going to become a bigger favorite for Boston. So if you really do want Boston in the puck line, you should take it now because it definitely looks like it's moving.
And I definitely would probably suggest if you like Boston, definitely play them now because people throughout tomorrow are going to throw Boston on their parlays as well. They're going to be a main parlay piece, which is going to drive up that price as well.
But if you like Montreal, then you should.
If you like Montreal, wait until 10 minutes before puck drop. That's when you'll get your best price.
Exactly. We'll move on along to the next one, which could be the game of the night, possibly, depending on, let's see. Yeah, one of the games of the night. Vegas and New Jersey. You can get Vegas anywhere plus 138 to plus 150. New Jersey minus 165 to minus 175. 6.5s here, right across the board. Vegas, a ton of injuries. And both of these teams are similar as other teams in the NHL, as a select few that just they play so much better on the road. And that is Vegas and New Jersey. Both play so much better on the road. New Jersey was minus 150 earlier, and now they're minus 165, minus 170. So money is coming in on the Devils here. I can see why, but I don't know. I'm not ready to take the Devils on the puck line at home against this Vegas team, even despite their injuries. But I'm not rushing to lay minus 165, minus 170 on the Devils. You'd have to put that in a parlay of some kind. And then when it comes to the total, I could see it going either way. So when actual comes to a pick for me, not much for this one. My opinion on the line movement, well, it's already moving towards the Devils. It might continue to move. Nick, Golden Knights, Devils?
Yeah, if this line continues to move and I can get $1.70, $1.75 with Vegas Golden Knights, I'm a little bit intrigued by that. My projected line for this game with the spread that my projected score is saying this should be around minus 160 for the Devils. So I think this line's about correct. One thing I'm kind of interested in is the under 6.5 in this game. And I know the Devils have been a pretty good offensive team. They've gone over the total a lot recently, but I have this game projected for 6.01 goals. And Vegas has kind of struggled lately scoring, other than the one game against Washington where they randomly went off for 6 goals. 1 against Arizona, 2 against Detroit. They got shut out against Dallas, 3 against Edmonton. So this is a team, 1 against LA. This is a team that's been struggling to score a little bit. So I'm kind of interested in maybe we see this game go under the total. So I'm kind of looking under 6.5, and I think I'll probably be able to get a better price with that tomorrow than betting it right now. I think that under will probably be minus 105, even money when I bet it tomorrow. But I'm definitely interested in under 6.5 with this game. That's my first look at it. I think the side's priced about correct.
All right. Yeah, I don't know about the total. I can't pick. Tim says, then don't say Vegas puck line. Go Rangers. Noel says, no comment. No comment. And by no comment, I mean go Panthers. Laughing face for Isaacs. But we'll go, and I'm saying go Panthers, even though they just beat the Wild, so that should tell you something. But we'll go along to the next game here. Nick, Sabres Blues, odds plus 112 to plus 120 for Buffalo, minus 134 to minus 150 for the Blues. What do you think of this one?
Yeah, this game's interesting. All of a sudden, the Blues are within 3 points of a playoff spot. They're just quietly being okay and staying with it. And I'm kind of interested in Buffalo in this game, even on the second half of a back-to-back. This St. Louis team, their advanced analytics are pretty bad. Bennington's been bad. Buffalo Sabres are saving Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen for this game. I'm kind of interested in the Sabres money line here at $1.20 if I had to play something here. I have them projected for 3.55 goals, so maybe a team total over for the Buffalo Sabres as well if you guys are not interested in taking them to win outright. I think they hit 3 goals, and that's probably what you'll see in this game with them. Maybe a team total over 2.5. That'll probably be juiced a little bit, but I'm kind of interested in Buffalo.
All right. I realized I skipped a game, so I'll have to go back to that.
Good job.
After. But yeah, I'm looking at Buffalo as well. And huge history stat with this one. St. Louis has won 9 in a row at home against Buffalo. So they've absolutely dominated Buffalo for years. But Buffalo's already ended a streak like that against Colorado this year. And this Blues team is not the same as past years. And this Buffalo team is not the same as past years. So I think the Sabres can end their dreaded long losing streak in St. Louis and prevent it from going to a 10-game streak tomorrow. So the game that I forgot here, and a game that I have a pick in that I want to give out, is right here. LA Kings and Philadelphia Flyers. LA minus 135 to minus 152. Philadelphia plus 115 to plus 126. Sixes right across the board in this one. And I am using a past history stat with this one. 6 of the last 9 meetings in Philadelphia between these two teams have gone to overtime. I'm taking the draw on this one. I think it's a good spot for the draw. LA, they're fighting for their playoff lives. Philadelphia, they're playing well when maybe they shouldn't be. And I can just feel like this could be a good draw spot even before seeing the stats. But 6 of the last 9 meetings in Philadelphia, I think this is a 2-2 type game. So I wouldn't talk anybody off the under as well. But then I could see it being 3-3 as well. So I'm not touching the total. But I am going to have some sprinkle on the draw in this one, which should be plus 3 something. Plus 350 right now for the draw. Nick, Philadelphia, LA, what do you think of this one?
Yeah, I've already made a play on this game. Current form, the wrong team is favored. In my opinion, the wrong team is favored. I got Philly at plus 127 here. This has been a team I've been riding a little bit as of late, and they've been making me money recently, this Philadelphia Flyers team. And everybody has this look towards Philadelphia like they're supposed to be this absolutely terrible team. I mean, they've won 6 of the last 10 games. This is a team that's been playing well. So I do like Philly here. They are coming in off a 5-3 loss against Winnipeg. I didn't back them in that game. I didn't like them in that game, but I did back them in that game against Detroit. I backed them against Anaheim. I backed them against Washington. I mean, I've backed them a few times. And this is a Philadelphia Flyers team that I think we can make a little bit of money with until like the trade deadline when they trade a few guys away before they start like truly blowing it up here in Philly. I think this is a team that's a bet on team. So I'm looking at the Flyers here. I got them at $1.27.
All right. Yeah, I think having John Tortorella as a coach kind of defeats the purpose of tanking because he will not allow that. He will not allow his players to tank. So that's just not the right coach. But I guess Philadelphia didn't plan on tanking before the season started. But they're playing better than most people thought they would. I think that's fair. We'll move on along to
don't look now. They're only 2 points behind the Buffalo Sabres. Granted, the Sabres have 3 points in hand. They're only 2 points behind them.
Still like half the season left.
I know.
Going along, I don't think Philadelphia makes the playoffs.
No,
I'm sure it's a huge plus price if someone did take a stab at it. But
I can find you that plus price in just a second.
I'm sure you will. Hi, did I miss any of Fade Ice X's picks? Nope, I don't think so. Flyers, Sabres. Saying Flyers is better than Sabres. All right.
You can get 12-1 on the Flyers to make the playoffs. 12-1.
Wow. Grinch says Dallas -1.5. So you're talking about tonight's game. Hey, we'll see. I think it'll either be Dallas smashes them, or it could be a spot for the dog. We'll see. But going along to Central Division battle here, Winnipeg Jets, Nashville Predators. Winnipeg -111 to -125. Nashville -105 to +102. 1-6. A bunch. The rest 5.5s in this one. It's weird seeing 5.5s.
Yes,
because you don't really see it that often. It looks like it's going to move towards a 6. That would be my thought. So if you really want the over 5.5, you may want to take it now, because most likely I think this will probably move towards a 6 tomorrow. And when it comes to the side, Winnipeg 5-2 in their last 7 in Nashville, so they played pretty well in Nashville. Winnipeg the better team, but I'm hoping Nashville wins as a Wild fan. But when it comes to capping side, this one's a little tough. This could be another draw spot now that I'm looking at and thinking about it. But for my opinion here, if you want a total, if you want the under, maybe wait. If you want the over, take it now. Nick, what do you think here? Central Division battle, Jets and Preds.
Yeah, I got involved with this game already. This is one of the 5 games I've already bet. I grabbed a little Winnipeg at $1.12. My numbers say they should be around -140 in this game. Even on the road, this is just a much better Winnipeg team. And this is a great matchup goalie-wise. And I understand the 5.5 because my projected numbers say this should be around 5.57. So this total is correct, in my opinion here. And at the 5.5, I'd lean under in this game at the 6 for sure. But I like Winnipeg here at -112 in this game. And I just think this line's a really good. It's a good price play for me. It's just where I see the value of the line. So I did grab Winnipeg -112 here today. Great goalie matchup, Hellebuck and Saros.
Yeah, that's most likely why it's a 5.5.
Oh yeah,
real Jets don't play until September. Yeah,
at least this Jets team will be playing in the postseason.
Exactly. And yeah, like Isaac says, oh shit, hey Grinch, nice to see you, Grinch. Nice to see you. But we'll move on along to another game. It should be a pretty good one tomorrow. Washington and Colorado. Washington, the dogs here, +130 to +140. Colorado -152 to -167. 6s right across the board in this one. What do you think about the odds here, Nick? Where do you think they're going to move?
This game is tricky. Because what is the status of Alexander Ovechkin for this game? Because he missed last game. Is this going to be something where he's going to be missing for a few games going forward, or is he going to be missing, or is he going to be back in the lineup for this game? That's a huge question mark for this one. So, if you believe Alex Ovechkin is going to be in this game, probably grab Washington tonight. They're also suffering a little more injuries as well. Oshie. Well, he's not hurt, but he's gonna. He left the team right now because his wife's having a child, so he's not gonna be playing in this game as well. Carlson's on long-term IR. This is a banged-up Washington team, so this is kind of tough to cap because if fully healthy, I'm interested in Washington. At this price at $1.40. This is a team that plays better on the road, but I'm not stepping in front of Colorado right now. This team has gained its form, so this is probably a stay off for me and root for the Avalanche for my futures. That's probably all it is for me.
All right. Yeah, for some reason, Washington have won 6 of their last 7 trips to Colorado. So
it's not a bad look, but missing Oshie and Ovechkin, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, that's why I'm not pulling the trigger on it. If I'm betting anything in this game, it's Colorado money line and a parlay.
Yeah.
Because I can't. I did step in front of the Avs with Seattle, and although it was a close game, very close game,
advanced analytics say Seattle should have won that game too.
Yeah, so sadly that's the way it goes. I bet Sabres Team total. I think that's team total.
I think
I
that's
already
just him
bet.
making some type of eyes.
Oh, okay. Already bet on the Sabres. Is that tonight, Bahidity, or tomorrow? Because they play back to back. Kiss face from IceX to Tim. Ovi was injured.
Yeah.
Yes. And it sounds like Makar will be back too for this game.
Which could be very helpful. I mean, this Avalanche team has potential to be a Stanley Cup contender again. Like they're. I saw this the other day. The favorite to win the Western Conference at that point when I checked the other day wasn't even in a playoff spot with Colorado. Colorado is still the favorite to win the Western Conference.
Their goaltending, that's their only little question mark, is their goaltending, which is playing well right now, but it wasn't a little while ago. So
Kemper was a big question mark last year too.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see what happens with their goaltending. 2 more games left on this slate. The bum fight of the night is here. Well, actually, no, we have another bum fight right after. So Nick gets back-to-back bum fights, which is great for him. Anaheim plus 114 to plus 120. Arizona Coyotes minus 133 to minus 140 favorites. 6.5 right across the board. I can tell you one thing. I am not betting Arizona Coyotes at minus 140. Hell will have to freeze over before that happens. Now, in 5 years from now, this is going to be a different story. This will be a different story in a few years because the Yotes are going to get good eventually if their GM, if their management doesn't mess it up like the next game we're going to talk about. But when it comes to this game, I have no idea how the odds move in this one. I would assume that money would come in on Anaheim as a dog here. I don't think people are going to be throwing money at the Yotes at this plus or this minus price, but who knows? Who knows? Arizona does play better at home. They've won 6 of their last 8 at home against Anaheim. Anaheim's really bad this year. I don't know. Maybe this is a Yote spot. Nick, what do you think? You're good at bum fights. You tell everyone what to do.
I love this game. I really do like this game. My numbers suggest the Coyotes should be minus 155 in this game. Yeah, the Ducks suck. The Ducks are that bad. I already bet the 135 with the Coyotes. I did. This is one of my favorite plays for tomorrow. I love the bum fights. These games print the same money as the marquee matchups. So, and here's the thing. I think if we look tomorrow, this will be the least bet game. I truly believe that when we look at tomorrow, this will have the least amount of money on it and all that. Coyotes at home are a team that I want to bet on, because especially against a team like the Ducks. So this is definitely a spot here where I've already bet the Coyotes. I think this line goes up potentially. We have a Ducks team that is a wonderful 5-16-4 on the road this year. So they're 5-20 on the road on the money line. And then the Yotes are equal 500. So Vejmelka versus Gibson, the goaltender advantage is heavily towards Arizona in this spot. So yeah, give me Arizona here. Arizona minus 135. I'll take that. That's fine. They should be minus 150.
All right. Well, people agree with
puck
you.
line them as well. You can puck line them.
Yep, that's what Grinch says. He agrees with you there. Isaac says, "Imagine Sabres with Bedard trying to tease."
Oh, that team would be insane. Give them another number one overall pick to go with number 1 overall Owen Power and number 1 overall Rasmus Dahlin.
The issue is they're playing themselves out of it. It would be extremely difficult
this year.
Yeah, they'd have to go on their normal Buffalo Sabres disaster run where they lose 13-14.
Oh, it's coming. Yeah, it's coming.
And then Tim says, "Imagine Yotes with Bedard." There are rumors going around. Bettman wants if Arizona wins the draft lottery, people will be saying that Bettman fixed it for years and years and years, just because he wants Arizona to have hockey so badly. But we'll see what happens. Last night played good. Arizona controlled the puck since the start of the game to the end. Yeah, can they do it back-to-back nights? Keller, the real number 9. Let the people jump on the dog train and lose. Jack Eichel, who? Hey, Yotes minus 1.5. Don't have the sacks enough to do it. I don't.
Scared money don't make money. That's what it is. I only bet the money.
Here we go with this. Detroit Lenny has a question. We'll see if it actually gets asked. Yes, Detroit Lenny, you can ask questions here. All right, Tim. Well, thanks for asking me Nick's permission. Maybe we don't allow questions here.
Maybe no more reading chat. We just talk for 20 minutes and head on out.
Yeah, exactly. Tate is not scoring in a lot of games. Poor Sabres. Yeah, he's been slower. One player tonight to watch out for, and I'll be on him again tomorrow. Victor Olofsson has been really hot for the Sabres.
Yes.
So if you're looking for a Sabres goal scoring prop, even against the Stars tonight, I like Olofsson a lot. Poor Sabres. AJ's Bedard and Levy with Sabres. That would be scary.
Levi?
Yeah,
he's going to be a great He's a great goaltending prospect. Words.
For sure. Final game of the night, the second bum fight. We have the Chicago Blackhawks and the Vancouver Canucks. Chicago plus 170 to plus 190. Vancouver minus 208 to minus 240. Sixes right across the board. I think most people out there will be rooting for the Blackhawks. Even me, somebody who absolutely despises the Chicago Blackhawks franchise and organization. I will be rooting for them tomorrow. I will probably have a small bet on the Blackhawks tomorrow. I think the whole Bruce Boudreau stuff, everything that went on, I'm not going to go into it, but I'm sure everybody knows about it. If you don't, you can go read about it on the internet. But Vancouver really treated him horribly. The players did not like it. It affected the players. A lot of the time when you see a coach getting fired, you see the players really come out strong in that first game for their new coach. I think we get the opposite here. I think this is a Blackhawks spot, and I think they upset. I don't think Vancouver should be minus 200, minus 240 favorites. So I'm going to wait and see what happens with this. I'm wondering if people have the same opinion as me and bet Chicago, or if people are going to look at Vancouver with a new coach and think that everything's going to be better now and start betting the Canucks. We'll see. But I can tell you one thing. The Canucks issue was not Bruce Boudreau. That's definitely not it. I think he proved that last year when he came in. But yeah, for me, Chicago is an underdog in this one. I'm probably pulling the trigger on it. Nick, Blackhawks against the Vancouver Canucks. What do you think here?
The Vancouver Canucks are minus 200. That's hilarious. Now, I've already grabbed the over 6.5 at a plus price tag. Is what I did. I have this game projected for 7.62 goals. So I think this game flies over the total. I'm still shocked. I heard on the Ice Guys today that Mike Yeo still is a coach on that coaching staff. I don't know.
I can imagine Alex must have been going off about that.
Oh, man. Sure. The Blackhawks are going to win this game. And if you are feeling frisky, you can turn around and reverse it and play Hawks minus 1.5. You'll probably get plus 350, plus 400 for that. The Hawks win this game. I'm going to be betting the Hawks money line. You'll probably get a better price tomorrow morning, my guess. And Hawks team total over. You're probably going to get a 2.5 for that. So there's probably some value on that. I have them projected for 3.74 goals. Spencer Martin's still terrible. So I definitely think they can put up goals there. We get a matchup between Mrazek and Martin. I like over. I got over 6.5 plus 112. This will probably be a triple up spot for me. Blackhawks money line, Blackhawks team total over, full game over for me. Is kind of where I'm looking at this game. I think the Hawks put up at least 3 in this game.
All right. Grinch says, yo, I was in the wrong chat. Yeah, so for people watching, the show is being streamed on ESB on Nick's channel and Getting Wild with Terry and Friends, my channel. So make sure if you're watching either one, like and subscribe to each channel. Palmieri and Pellick participated in pregame warmups. Yeah, they were supposed to play. And then the Grinch is saying Homer, talking about the Blackhawks. Well, I hope you're definitely not talking about me calling me a Homer, because if we were talking about the Wild game, maybe, but definitely not the Blackhawks. I can promise you that. Islanders for the win. Are we still all in this timeline? Or are we moving to an alternate universe and adapting to that timeline? Lenny is in the garage.
Figure it out.
And I think I'm going to start a new called show, Garage Handicapping or Capping in the Garage. I would love to join that. The issue is that I'll be muted a lot because I cough a lot, so you'll hear constant coughing. So, and it'll be smoky for the camera. So I don't know how good of a show that would work out. But
Ready? No, I actually got a better name for that, and it'll be called "Betting the Over. We're Always High." There you go. There's your title there, Lenny. Betting the over, we're always high.
Yeah, hey, that's what I was afraid of. Congratulations on your channel. Hey, thanks, BD. That's been around for like. Oh shit! Actually, we just passed a year. I just passed.
Right.
So, or sometime in this month, it was a year. So, stream today is best for capping. Yeah, well, we both do our shows. Nick does his show at 11 a.m. or 10 a.m. now. I do mine at 12:30, and then we're doing this one where we kind of look ahead the night before. A new format. No matrix for me. You don't know what FERDA means? Shake my head. No, I don't. But I will go and look it up after the show. Life is too short. Bet unders. And that is it. I don't know what FERDA means, Grinch. Slap me. 1 year, yay. Hey, yeah, 1 year, it's flown by. It has flown by. But that is the show. That is our first show for the opening lines. Thanks, everybody, for coming. I guess normally on my show, we would do some kind of best bet type thing. But since we're just looking at lines, we'll save that for our own shows. But if you're watching on ESB, head over to Getting Wild with Terry and Friends. Hit the subscribe and like. If you're watching Getting Wild with Terry and Friends, head over to ESB. Hit the like and subscribe. And we'll see you again Wednesday going over the big Thursday slate that we'll have. But best of luck. Good luck all. Better luck to me. Hey, wow. IceX is still trying to find a best bet from the first shows. Go Dolly Ferda, whatever that means. In a way, Ratzo, in a way. But best of luck to everybody, and we'll see you again on other opening line shows. Have a good one, guys.